York City. Welcome to the Under Armour reunion. It's sponsored by Kohl. We're inside the world's most famous arena, the Mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden, and we've got a Big 12 Big East matchup as the 22nd ranked Texas Tech Raiders take on the Seton Hall Pirates. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer alongside my partner, former UConn star Donnie Marshall. And Donnie, you got two squads off to a great start, and you got a Seton Hall squad just on the outside of the top 25. Then a Red Raider squad just cracking the top 25 at number 22.
Yeah, and two senior-laden teams. You know, for Texas Tech, they're going to go deep. They start 5 seniors, but their bench may be more athletic than the starters. They go a legitimate 10 deep. They're very athletic. For Seton Hall, it's easy. Keep the ball in front of you. We call them no pick sixes. You don't want to turn that ball over and let the Red Raiders go the other way for easy baskets. Should be a very, very good game tonight, Cus.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups, and let's start with the Seton Hall Pirates led by their head coach, Kevin Willard. And for Seton Hall, it's all about Kadeem Carrington, all Big East first team, and of course, Angel Delgado. He's a double-double machine. Desi Rodriguez as well. Senior-laden squad there. And then how about Texas Tech? Chris Beard, he's their head coach. The only team in the country in Division I to start 5 seniors every game thus far. Keenan Evans is their main star. Red Raiders in that traveling red, and it's the Pirates in the home white controlling the tip.
Gotta stay patient.
For Kadeem Carrington, a first, running the offense for the Pirates as a true point guard.
Yeah, and you have to stay patient in your half-court offense. It's been a little bit of a struggle for Seton Hall this season.
Rodriguez's first shot, too strong. Here's Evans. They're going to call that one on Sinogo. And there's Chris Beard in his second season as head coach of Texas Tech. Won 18 games in his first season, and that's the most ever. Only behind Bob Knight and Gene Gibson. Those are the only 2 team coaches in Texas Tech history.
I would love playing for a guy like Coach Beard. Does a great job. Like I said, off the top, they go 10 deep, but 10 guys play 14 or more minutes per game. So he's spreading it around. They're sharing the basketball, and he knows if his guys that start the game aren't getting it done, he's got some great youth and athleticism coming off that bench.
That bench supplies 50% of their offense, so they are deep. Here's a 3, in and out by Zach Smith. And here comes the Pirates. There's Delgado, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. Kevin Willard, head coach, 8th season now at Seton Hall, 2016 Big East co-coach of the year. Led the Pirates their first Big East title since '93, a couple of seasons ago. Also led them to NCAA tournament last season, their second straight appearance.
Kids respond really well to him. Style of play, you know, for a lot of years, Seton Hall, at least their administration, really would not stick with one coach. You know, they couldn't trust a guy, and they went through guys every 3, 4, 5 years. And like you said, Willard's been there long enough now. They respect him, the players, the administration, your alums. They love him to death, and they should, because he gets it done. He produces.
Just signed a couple of blue chippers, one out of Harlem, another one out of the Bronx. 10 seconds now on the play clock. Another 3. It's too strong. Delgado snags the board.
It's a great job by Seton Hall defensively to really make it scattered and have Texas Tech searching for where a good shot's going to come from.
How about that ball rotation, and Rodriguez knocks down the 3.
So important for Seton Hall to share the basketball. Who cares where the points are coming from? Play together on offense, make the defense shift.
You see Tommy Hamilton asking for it in the post. The drive by Zach Smith. No good. Use the left hand. Here comes Carrington. And out of control. They're going to call him for the charge.
I think Dino had his mind made up. He already saw Desi Rodriguez in that right corner. You can't premeditate He's already got him in his vision. He didn't go in that paint even thinking to score the basketball. He went in just to pass it, and that's what gets you in trouble.
Pirates up 5-0 here. We played 2 minutes.
Pirates have done a good job of really just keeping the ball in front of you, getting help. Guys stepping up for one another. They're pointing, they're talking. I love the body language right now, early on for Seton Hall defensively.
On the play clock again for the Red Raiders. And Evans will just jack up the 3. And no good. Here comes Rodriguez. How about that pass to Miles Powell? He couldn't finish.
Gotta throw that one up high if you're Powell. He had his body contorted. It would have been a tremendous play. And good vision by Rodriguez.
Evans drives. Got it. Red Raiders finally on the board.
Yeah, really just a lapse there. You go for the steal or you overplay. Red Raiders are athletic enough to drive right by you.
As Donnie pointed out, all seniors for Texas Tech. Rodriguez in the lane, that lovely left.
Got an NBA game, NBA body, starting to figure out how to get his mind to that next level. Rodriguez.
That jumper is too strong by Justin Gray. Outlet, Powell lays it in. Got to get back, especially with Seton Hall. They love transition offense.
What you have to love if you're Kevin Willard is that your guy's ability to look up the floor as soon as they get the rebound. You don't need to dribble it up yourself when you can advance it with the pass.
Evans starts, stops, dishes it off. There's a good drop to Norris. DC.
We talked about keeping the ball in front of you, not just in transition, especially in the half court. You know how deep Texas Tech is. You cannot afford silly fouls when you're big Delgado down low.
Well, we've played a couple of minutes. Seton Hall up 5, 9-4 our score. Welcome back to the Garden. Seton Hall on top of 22nd ranked Texas Tech 9-4. We talked about leadership. How about this from the Pirates? They're led by their seniors. They're the only team with 3 1,000-point scores in Carrington, Rodriguez, and Delgado. In fact, Carrington is 25th all-time in Seton Hall history when it comes to scoring. And Delgado, by the way, is the Division I active leader in rebounds. He's got 1,109 coming into the game. He's already grabbed a couple here tonight.
To reiterate the job that Kevin Willard has done, 2, maybe all 3 of those guys at one point, but I know Rodriguez and Delgado have flirted with maybe leaving, going to the NBA. You remember a couple years ago, Isaiah Whitehead left? Yep. And all these guys came in together with Whitehead, so they're thinking, hey, if he's going, I'm going. If there's a party, are you going? I'm with you. I'm your guy.
Yeah.
But they stayed, and he got them to stay. They tested the waters, and I know Seton Hall fans, and probably no one more grateful than Kevin Willard and his staff that those 3 stayed.
Carrington got 1 out of 2, and if there's only been Achilles heel for the Pirates, it's been free throw shooting. Stevenson gets that bucket. 6-10 now.
Stevenson is long, Brian. He beats you. He has that long stride. If he gets by you, attacks your big, it could be trouble.
And that's what Carrington's great at. Knocking down shots as he hits that 3.
I'd love to see Carrington play what I like to call mindless basketball, where you're not overthinking or thinking too much about where you're going. Just play basketball. Here is what I'm talking about with Stevenson. Uses the screen really well. Hesitation a little bit. Delgado doesn't want to get into foul trouble, so he backs up, and then that ball goes inside. They respect Delgado so much. Turn your head, move to an open spot, you'll be open.
A couple of substitutions. David Moretti has checked in for Texas Tech. So too as their freshman, number 23, Jarrett Culver. He's got the basketball now. Once again, 5 seconds on the shot clock. And he just throws that one up, Zaire Smith, and draws the personal.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is standing straight up. Take a look at the replay. I'm not sure how much better defense NZ could have played. I mean, I didn't see him step underneath him. He's closing him out. But that's a heads-up play, though, by Smith, knowing that the defender may be a little off balance or underneath him to go up for the shot.
Maybe because he was positioned to the side as opposed to, as you say, stationary and straight up.
Yeah. That's just a sign of a shooter.
Zaire Smith here at the line. He'll have 3. He's out of Garland, Texas.
Got a chance to talk to their assistant coaches before the game, and they said Zaire Smith is going to be could be the best player to come through Texas Tech in as long as we can remember. It's athleticism. Still got to work on the pity-pat, the ball handling, but can get to the rim, has great bounce. Fun to watch him develop.
And they believe he's their best defensive player already. Here's Delgado now in the post. Spins, turns, can't get it. Culver brings it out. Here comes the Red Raider. Down 4. How about that move? Up and in by the point guard, Keenan Evans.
Really what's gotten Texas Tech into this game is the ball handling and beating their guys off the dribble, and now your bigs for Seton Hall have to step up, and they're just a little late or afraid to foul. I mean, this can't keep happening for Seton Hall. And Carrington has to hear someone say, hey, you got a screen coming. The communication has to be there the way they started the game, and now Delgado saying, hey, I know Texas Tech goes 10 deep. I can't get into silly foul trouble early on.
Delgado, Rodriguez get a blow. Miles Kale has checked in for the Pirates. So too has Sandru Mamu Kelishvili. He's got the basketball right now. He's a freshman. And down and 1, Michael Enzi.
Now already we've seen Miles Powell do a couple of really nice things. He can knock down shots, but the fact that he's made the extra pass, made one earlier to Rodriguez in the left corner, now he makes a great bounce pass downstairs to Enzi. I mean, Miles Powell right now, I think you could argue is probably the best player on this Seton Hall team coming into tonight's game. Really can shoot it, we know that, but he's done everything around that and is playing the best consistently out of any Seton Hall player this season.
He's a sophomore. Powell is. Here's the drive by Smith. How about that? Losing the left hand, Zaire Smith. Here's that athleticism you talked about.
They started 0 for 4, and they've gone 5 of their last 6 because the perimeter defense keeps breaking down for Seton Hall. Guys are getting beaten off the dribble. It just can't happen.
And the lead is now just 2 for the Pirates. Here's Powell. Crossover in the lane. And throws it away. Here comes the steal. Here comes Culver. Smith again. Rocks the rim. And here come the Red Raiders. They're on a 9-2 run and tied up the basketball game.
I don't know if you'll find a deeper, more athletic team than Texas Tech.
Kale misses that jumper. Texas Tech out and running. Evans lays it up and in, and they take the lead. Timeout, first lead of the night for Texas Tech.
And maybe they just had to get their New York legs underneath them the first couple of minutes, but they have them now. They are explosive. Texas Tech Red Raiders on the break, running. They have arrived.
Back to the Garden, Texas Tech. They're ranked 22nd in the country, taking on Seton Hall, and the Red Raiders now on a 9-2 run, make it 11-2 run, as they've taken the lead here in this basketball game.
Made 7 of their last 8 shots, Brian. All of them in the paint. So that's easy if I'm the coach of Seton Hall to say, look, you got to stay in front of guys. That was what I told you in the beginning. Keep the ball in front of you.
3 from the corner, pure. Aaron Gordon.
That's nice too. You know, that'll open up a lot of things for Seton Hall's bigs inside. If you need to, Texas Tech needs to have guys running 3-point shooters off the line. And
right Back at you.
Tell you what,
3 by Jarrett Culver.
He's one of my favorite young players in all of college basketball. He's got great length, size. He's built like Jamal Crawford a little bit in the NBA, the 15-time Sixth Man of the Year in the NBA. One of my Seattle nephews, if you will, but Culver can really get it done because of his athleticism.
That shot rejected. We talked about the athleticism of Zaire Smith. He just showed it. Here's Smith on the wing. That drive was short by Smith.
It's all about the long-range game. You got to close guys out and run them off the line. Seton Hall there. And Culver from downtown. We got a good one, folks.
In New York City, Madison Square Garden, Texas Tech up 2 on Seton Hall, 20-18. You know, this weekend it is Super Saturday on Fox. It all starts. TCU, Oklahoma in the Big 12 championship game. Then you got Ohio State, Wisconsin. They meet on the hardwood. The nightcap. How about the Buckeyes and the Badgers meeting the Big 10 championship game in football in Indianapolis? It's this weekend. It's Super Saturday, and it's only on Fox.
So you remember that bench we talked about?
How about it? We talked about 50% of their points for Texas Tech come from the bench. What are they doing?
Well, they got 12 points off the bench to Seton Hall's 5. Doing what they do.
And you even said that at the top. You say, listen, they're a senior-laden team, but the bench may be just as talented. There's a strip right there by Delgado.
Now you got away with one there, but in that timeout, Kevin Willard told his guys, you can't let guys beat you off the dribble with 1 or 2 dribbles.
That's the first turnover for Texas Tech.
And Delgado got away with one there. It could have very easily been called a foul on him.
Here's Delgado now. Sets the screen for Powell. Powell to Gordon in that corner. He loves it there. And he knocks it down. Aaron Gordon. He's the younger brother of Houston Rockets star Aaron Gordon. So shooting is in the genes. And they're going to call a travel on Tommy Hamilton.
Well, Gordon knows exactly what to do. When that ball's on the opposite wing, you get to that corner, it puts the pressure on the defense. They have to see ball and man. Seton Hall is 4 for 4 from three-point range. Myles Powell, though, their shooter, he has 3 assists. So he's finding guys, and Kevin Willard has to be happy with that because he knows Powell can get heated up if he needs it.
Here's Rodriguez. He put his head down and went straight to the basket. And they're going to call him for the charge.
And Texas Tech is not a team defensively. They're still trying to figure it out, just like everyone around the country is. But they're not a team, as you see them collapse, that's just going to allow you to beat them one-on-one, one-on-three, one-on-two. And this play right here has to happen, Brian, off the swing pass. Catch it, now you rip and go. You can't allow the defense to set up and think you're going to beat 1 or 2 guys.
Here's Green. To Smith. And Stevenson cutting. Wow, gets it to go off the glass. Naeem Stevenson, he's got 4.
Stevenson hanging in the air. Body control, finishing high.
1-point lead for the Red Raiders here. We're halfway through the first half. Delgado spins, kisses it off the glass. Patented Angel Delgado.
And had to make the move quick. Looked over his right shoulder, saw the defensive help coming, so turned back over the left and finished it high off the glass. If he shot that ball straight in, might have gotten blocked.
Pirates retake the lead by 1. And this is what Texas Tech loves to do. They like to be patient, run that motion offense. Culver, 3, got it.
Love this kid. Doesn't have the game with Jamal Crawford, but he's built so similar to him. I mean, he's one of those kids who knows how to score, just has to figure out when they need to come in the system.
We've already got 7 lead changes. Gordon drives, Can't get it to go. Rebound, Red Raiders. Stevenson. He was looking for Zach Smith.
And this is just it's a nice cut. Good vision, but look at the hang time. Take the bump, finish high. And then Angel turning over that left shoulder, looking at high up. That's like a shot at force. You got to go off the glass, but you got to hit it above the square. Terrific move. I would just tell you, just try to make it. I wouldn't even shoot off the glass. Hey, Brian, you know what? Just try to make a shot.
And see,
layup, whatever.
I was going to give you a compliment. I was going to say, you know, when I watch Delgado, he's got a Donnie Marshall body. Now, listen, you were better on the perimeter player, but he's got that Donnie Marshall kind of body. How about that? Attacking the glass of the Red Raiders. Lay it in. They're up 4 now.
The paint is killing Seton Hall. 18 points of Texas Tech's 27 are all in the painted area.
Sanogo can't get that jumper. Evans lost it to Delgado. Here's Miles Kale, the freshman. Missed it. He missed the layup.
That's why you keep running. If you're the defense, you can't assume he's going to make that layup. You have to continue to pursue the ball. Texas Tech coming up big.
The three, way strong. Someone closed the door. Keenan Evans misses that three. He's a senior out of Richardson. He'll have a seat.
A lot of subs. Texas Tech just keeps coming at you, but for Seton Hall, they know who they are. I like the fact that, you know, you only go 7 deep, if you will, because you guys can get into a rhythm. They can have a routine. You know, Texas Tech still has to figure out who's playing when, and if you get hot, do you come out?
How about Delgado? Love it. He's worked on that jumper all summer long.
Just can't fall in love with it, though. As soon as you start breathing your own exhaust from that 15-foot area with the jumper, when you're that big and you're leading the country in rebounding, it can go south quick.
2-point lead for the Red Raiders. Here comes Rodriguez. Drives. No. Delgado. That's where he's best at. Rebounding and putting it back in.
Just knows how to carve out space using his body. Gets into position.
He's got 8. Here's Moretti, the freshman, rejected by Delgado. His second block. Angel Delgado from the outside, knocking it down, and then from the inside, rebounding and finishing. Pirates, Red Raiders, all tied up. Welcome back. We are all tied up here at the Garden, Texas Tech and Seton Hall. Let's go in the huddle with Tech head coach Chris Beard.
Well, fellas are playing harder than us right now. They're running, they're getting tip-ins. Down here, we're shooting bailout threes, and we got to drive the ball. Every time you drive, we score. Every time we launch threes, we don't. Got to be aggressive.
You make 1 or 2, I always call them fool's gold, especially if you're a team that they shoot 37% from 3, but their bread is buttered. Right here, what we're showing you, in the paint, around the basket, extra effort plays, 50-50 balls, and I always call like, you know, everyone thinks when the ball's loose on the floor, you're diving for it, it's 50-50, but I was always taught long 3-point shots when they rebound long, those are 50-50 balls as well. And right now, you know, I understand what Coach Beard is saying, but his guys have played most of this first half outworking Seton Hall.
And the Pirates have certainly turned up the intensity. Get a 5-second call as we hit the top of the hour. You're watching College Hoops here on FS1. Brian Custer alongside Donnie Marshall. We're in Madison Square Garden as 22nd ranked Texas Tech takes on Seton Hall.
Now I want to be clear, Brian, when I say Texas Tech is outworking, they're outworking Seton Hall with their offense versus Seton Hall's defense. Seton Hall just has to get in position and keep communicating the way they started the game.
How about Rodriguez? Wide open 3.
Gotta make them. You need those.
Odiase with the board. Here comes Texas Tech. Freshman David Moretti running the point. Here's Culver. He'll shoot that three. No good. And they're going to call Odiase with the push as he grabbed that board.
And Angel Delgado kind of turns around like, come on, man. Don't you know my resume? If you didn't shove me, I was getting that rebound. That's an obvious one. I mean, he really looked at him like, come on now. That's the only way you're going to get the rebound from me is if you shove me in the back.
You got two guys here, both 6'9", about 250. Solid muscle, both of them. Carrington, drive, dishes it off. Michael Enzi finishes.
Another one, Carrington doing a much better job of not premeditating what he's going to do, but he got the cutting Enzi to help him out there once he got stuck in the air.
6-0 run now for the Pirates. Texas Tech has gone cold. Look at that drive. And thrown away. But how about the athleticism of Keenan Evans to get it, put it off the board and in.
Baseline is so helpful if you can get guys to move along and just take a look. Top of your screen, top right, now top middle. If you just get behind the defense there like Michael Enzi does, and you have a terrific point guard like Carrington who understands when I get in the air, someone's moving for me, good things happen, but you always have to keep moving. Anytime you have point guards who can handle the basketball, I don't want to say they over dribble, but can create for you and them, you got to move without the ball. They'll find you.
The Hall loves that dribble handoff. Here's Carrington, the three, top, too strong.
I don't mind it. You know, he's been in the game, made a couple of tough plays, made a couple of good passes. Let him get a touch.
How about those handles by Green, in and out.
From this angle, it looked like Odiase again.
Yeah.
That's his second foul, and that's helpful for Seton Hall because you know it's one less big guy that they throw at Angel Delgado. Everyone talks about Angel Delgado's rebounding prowess. He's a terrific basketball player. He knows how to carve out space. Offensively, he does a great job of setting screens for his teammates, knowing where guys are supposed to be. He never bails out on the play.
Enzi got loose underneath the basket. He's got 6 points, and that's where the Red Raiders miss Odiase. His presence down low. He's already got 7 rebounds, but he's got to have a seat with those 2 fouls.
Another great job by Enzi sneaking along that baseline.
Smith, ball fake. Another ball fake, pull up, got it.
You can see what Texas Tech staff, Chris Ogden was telling me before the game, he's just so special. Huge upside, very smart basketball player, Smith.
Yeah, the freshman's already got 9. We're all tied up at 31. We got a good one. Carrington, probe, spins, kicks it out to Rodriguez for the 3. That jumper's wet.
Tell you what,
he's got 8.
Seton Hall's knocked down 3 threes in front of Texas Tech's bench. The bench guys need to start screaming a little bit over there.
There's Stevenson.
If you can get Stevenson to go to his level, you'll have a better chance of getting stops or making him kick it. He does all of his damage going hard right and hanging on you. And that to me is just a lack of paying attention to the scouting report.
Inside, Delgado, shot rejected.
Oh, wow. I thought he got hit.
Here comes the Red Raiders. Brandon Francis lost it. Their 5th turnover. Powell, the 3. Too strong, but there's Delgado. 1-point lead for Seton Seton Hall. 3 minutes, 26 seconds until the half.
They're doing a great job, especially Michael Lindsay moving without the basketball, reading, reacting, and then Zaire Smith, so sweet from 15 feet.
Welcome back to the Under Armour reunion. It is presented by Kohl's.
Brian, do you know where Garland, Texas is?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, if you didn't, you're about to find out, because that's where Zaire Smith is from, and he's putting it on the map here at MSG.
Right outside of Dallas, and take a look who's sitting courtside doing rock, paper, scissors with the Pirates. He had a great October with the Yankees. Todd Frazier sitting courtside here, watching Seton Hall.
Rutgers guy?
Rutgers guy. Tom's River, remember in the Little League, and they won it all there.
That's right.
It's a dream come true for him, he said, to play for the Yankees, and the season they had, especially Aaron Judge. Inbound to Delgado. 1 point lead for the Pirates. To Sanogo.
That's good defense by Gray, pushing Delgado out to 23 feet.
Carrington, 5 on the shot clock. Pulls and draws the personal. That's the second, looks like, on Justin Gray.
Yeah, Justin Gray can guard probably every position on the floor, but you know, when you stand a guy up after you've stopped him, you got to put those hands almost pointing backwards. If those arms are over your head or over the offensive player, it's an easy foul, especially a guy who knows how to score like Carrington. Jump right into you, easy one for the stripes.
Gray will have a seat. The freshman Jarrett Culver will replace him. Zach Smith returns as well for the Red Raiders. Knocks down that second one. 2 point lead. Under 3 minutes left until the half. Carrington all over Gray. Evans drives. Got it. The floater.
Got hit a couple times, too. That's great concentration by Evans. They probably could have called 2 different fouls on that play, but he kept playing and got the bucket.
He's got 10. All tied up. Rodriguez breaks the tie. He's got 10 as well.
So important, I feel, for Seton Hall to get their offense out of transition after 1 or 2 passes. Really have not come together yet in the half court. They will, but so far this season, still trying to figure some things out.
Stevenson, as you talked about, they made him go left to use that left hand. The shot was blocked, but there's Culver, the freshman. Johnny on the spot. He's got 8. Rodriguez thought about it.
Ball is stuck, though. It's got to move. You got to move it.
Lost it on his hip. Here comes Smith. Evans. Rack 'em, says Texas Tech. They're up 2.
If there is a deeper, more talented team in America, please tweet it to Brian Custer. I don't have Twitter, but please let us know. Texas Tech, I mean, to a man, I mean, down the bench, they just explode on you, get up, and will dunk it on you if you don't close out on them.
5, Rodriguez pulled. He pulled from Midtown Manhattan. Here's Powell. NZ rejected, but there's a foul.
Woo. I'm exhausted. This is a great job by Keenan Evans. Got hit on the first dribble, and he even acknowledged it there, and on the finish, and then on the break. Good pass, just elevates from Smith. They share the basketball. I mean, they just do a really good job, and we had talked about this a coming into this game, Brian, no one on this Texas Tech team has taken more than 59 shots, and no one's taken less than 22. That means they're sharing the basketball. Guys are getting their equal amount of shots.
Well, coming up at the half, my man Mike Hill. He'll be talking about Big East freshman's fundamentals, the highlights, analysis, of course, that we got here from the first half here at the Garden. That's next on the halftime report. Enzi, 1 of 2. Again, that has been the Achilles heel of the Pirates' free throw shooting. Texas Tech calls a break. We'll take 1 minute. Back to Madison Square Garden. 22nd ranked Texas Tech taking on Seton Hall, and it's the Red Raiders with a 1-point lead. What's been the difference so far, Donnie?
Really just the paint scores for Texas Tech. That got them back into this game, but they're utilizing their athleticism, and for Seton Hall, finding open guys. I mean, the 3-ball has really helped them. They're 5 of 10, made 3 more, and that's really the difference.
Here's Culver. How about that friendly roll for the freshman?
Love that kid.
He's got 11.
He can do it all. He really can. And loves to play. Great motor.
Powell missed the follow by Sinogo. He got fouled.
And this is, and you talked about it, Seton Hall shoots 63% from the foul line. Now, this time of year, you know, with some of the quality of the opponents, you might be able to get away with it because you're blowing some teams out, you're getting out to big leads. But in games like this, where you're playing a very similar competitor,
So
Brian,
crucial.
you got to be able to make them, especially this time of the game. You do not want a game to come down to a 1-2 possession game and your guys can't make free throws. It's a tough spot to be in for Kevin Willard.
And they're only shooting 50% here tonight. And again, he makes 1 of 2. 3-point lead for Texas Tech. Under 30 seconds until the half. Here's Brandon Francis. Spins. Now Naeem Stevenson. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
You don't mind it. We had one to give, especially when they start to turn that corner, get a full head of steam.
Miles Kale with the personal, the freshman for Seton Hall. So now 12 seconds until the half. They tried to lob it in to Zach Smith. Turnover. Here comes the Pirates. Rodriguez with 5. Now with 2. Loses it out of bounds with 1.
Coach Beard is just patting Stevenson on the back, staying in front of guys, making it difficult.
That shot's no good, but the Red Raiders, who are unbeaten, 6-0, their best start since 2009, 2010. They've got a 3-point lead, 42-39. That's our score here at the half. My man Mike Hill, he'll be back with a halftime report right after this. Welcome back. You know, one of the best things about New York City during the holidays, the decorations, especially around Midtown Manhattan. And we got a stocking stuffer here as Texas Tech up 3 against Seton Hall. Hello, everyone. Brian Custer courtside with Donnie Marshall. And, you know, when you look at that first half, seems like to me Texas Tech getting it done on the inside. Seton Hall staying in it from the outside.
Well, you got to go where your bread is buttered, right? So Texas Tech gets off to a slow start. They missed their first 4 shots, but then they figure out, you know what, let's put the ball on the floor. Let's get to the rim. Let's do our damage in the paint. They continue to do that. That got them back in the game. And for Seton Hall, their ball movement on the perimeter has been terrific. But really, it's about 2 guys, 1 on each side. I just think when you understand who you are, you got to go to guys who can get it done. And for Texas Tech, the guy who was getting it done was Keenan Evans. Paint scores, probing, running, hanging in the air, using that athleticism. His teammates helping him as well. Doing a great job. And then Desi Rodriguez, a quiet 10. But it was when they came, when they were down, his team needed him most. He can get more of that. He just needs his team to help facilitate that. Can't do it by himself.
Take a look at the first half stats here. How about the points in the paint? 28. Texas Tech doubled the number that the Pirates have in the paint. And we talked at the top. When you look at the Red Raiders, 50% of their point production comes from the bench. Already 24 points from their bench players.
Yeah, it's incredible, too. Only 2 players coming into this game average double figures for Texas Tech. But there are 8 of those top 10 who average 6 or more, 5.7 or more. So they spread it around. No, there's no jealousy, there's no envy. They just, however they can get it done, and especially being this far away from home, they brought it, especially at MSG. They know how important it is and how special it is to play in this building.
12 points for Evans. Kicks it off to the other senior, Zach Smith. That's nothing but net.
I think if you're Angel Rodriguez, or Angel Delgado, excuse me, you can live with that. Long range jumper, long 2.
How about that long 3 by Carrington?
And if you want to trade 3 for 2, go ahead, but.
Here's Smith again. Evans running the point. Smith, turnaround. Got it.
Yeah,
2 for 2 in the second half.
Now that's a tougher shot. That's a shot from about 15 feet. Turn, great lift, great bounce. The 18-footer before, that one you're going to have to close out better from 15.
Smith, he's got 4 points. He's another senior out of Plano, Texas. Carrington, pull-up pop. His game is so nice. All Big East, first-teamer.
He just has to play, though. You can't think, especially when you've done what he's done over his career. Too much thinking, that'll get you in trouble.
Carrington's got 10. Here's Smith again. He's been perfect from the field here in the second half. Stevenson drives, uses the left hand, no, tip, no. Miles Powell comes down with it, and here comes Carrington.
Not the same guy going left.
Rodriguez, the 3, but draws the personal on Justin Gray, and so Desi will go to the line and shoot 3 at the line.
Justin Gray's had a couple of issues fouling guys on the perimeter. Well, he is interchangeable, but he has 3 fouls, and yes, even though Texas Tech and Chris Beard have a deep bench, you don't want to have to get to it too soon. And that hurts him because even though Gray doesn't score a ton of points, defensively he can help you.
Here's Rodriguez. He's been averaging 17 and been so consistent through the first 6 games of the season. Had 27 against Vandy. He's 9th in the Big East in scoring. Justin Gray will have a seat. Knocked all 3 of them down. And the Hall retake the lead now by 1.
All you need is a little communication defensively for Seton Hall. Talk to one another and stay in front of guys, contest jump shots.
Ten lead changes in this one already. Here comes Carrington. That shot rejected. Smith defensively.
Yeah, Smith is long. You got to be careful. Chris Beard He's won every place he's been. And he's been Fort Scott Community College, Seminole State, South Carolina Warriors in the ABA, McMurray University, Angelo State, Little Rock, Texas Tech. There's a winning record everywhere he goes. In some of those places, it's set up for you to lose. Just a tremendous, tremendous coach.
That was traveling called on Carrington. 6th turnover for the Pirates. Chris Beard,
as an assistant, lived in the film room.
He's a West Texas guy.
Yep.
Even before the game, he was in the locker room listening to country music. I loved it. That's he is Lubbock through and through. I love it.
Worked for Tom Penders when Tom Penders was down there in Texas.
Lawrence Odiase. The board, the follow. He's got 6 points. Already on his way, double figures in rebounds. He's got 8 of those. Carrington. Odiase's got his 9th now. Green to Stevenson. They're going to call the push on the Pirates.
Yeah, they get out in transition. That's the point where you have to just yell at a guy. Sanogo fell. He and Carrington got tangled up at their foul line at the other end, but you got to start yelling to guys, get mine, get back.
Here's Naeem Stevenson, another one of those seniors out of Dallas, Texas. Here's the guy you love, the freshman. Boy, what a first half he had in Zaire Smith. He got it done defensively and offensively.
Even though you have veterans, it's all about starting that rebuild. Jarrett Culver, Zaire Smith, the young guys getting to play and learn the culture with the seniors. Chris Beard has them set up for success the next 4 years.
There's Powell. Comes off the screen, firing.
I would love to see Seton Hall run more stuff at the top for Myles Powell. Like, he's been a facilitator most of this game, but if you can get him involved coming off those down screens and something at the top, puts a lot of pressure on Texas Tech defensively.
Pirates are stroking it from distance. They're 7 of 12 now from the 3. Culver lost it. And Smith fouls Rodriguez.
Right, just take a look. This is when you have Delgado setting that little brush screen just enough to get your shooter off. The dribble handoff. Powell reads it perfectly. And he's lulled them to sleep. Texas Tech defenders. He only has 5 points. 1 of 3 from 3. But he can light it up in a hurry.
Carrington. Drive. Right hand. And they're going to call the block.
The floor must be tilted that way, because the first half, Texas Tech, they were running downhill to this basket that Seton Hall's headed at, and Seton Hall's doing the same thing this half.
That foul is the 3rd now on Lawrence Odiase. Odiase go have a seat. And here comes Tommy Hamilton, another senior out of Chicago, to replace him.
Seton Hall knows him well. He's a transfer from DePaul. These guys, especially the seniors for Seton Hall, know Hamilton very well.
Aaron Gordon checks in for the Pirates. Carrington will have a seat, so will Delgado. Gordon was knocking down threes from the corner. Pirates on a 10-3 run here. Davide Moretti has checked in, the freshman for Tech. Here's the senior. Hamilton's shot rimmed out. The Pirates up 3 here in the second half. The Under Armour reunion is presented by Kohl's. Midtown Manhattan. We're at Madison Square Garden. Pirates of Seton Hall up 3 over the 22nd ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders. They ranked in the top 25, first time in a long time. Tried 2009. Last time Red Raiders ranked in the top 25.
And I don't know about you, but from what I've seen so far, very deserving of it. I've watched a couple of their games this season, but they've been blowouts. But Big 12, strong in the top 25. Look at that. Man.
It's a dogfight every night, just like the Big East. They go inside to Hamilton. Hamilton drops the shoulder, leans in, can't get it. Second meeting all time between Tech and Seton Hall. First one, 2010 in the NIT. Tech won it. On the floor, Gordon to Sanogo. He kicks it out to Miles Powell. He'll pull. They're going to call that one on the floor. Chris Willard's squad, you know, they were in the top 25 till they suffered their only defeat of this season. Then they were right on the outside here now. But look, you got Nova, who we saw last night. Oh, Xavier's tough, man.
They are.
Xavier's tough, brother.
Talk about Chris Mack reloading.
And McDermott there with Creighton. So Big East is a dogfight every night as well.
Seton Hall just on the outside looking in as well.
Odiase checks back in. Hamilton will have a seat. Odiase with those 3 fouls. Nearly stolen by the freshman. Hands still there, Donnie, I see.
Well, I wanted to, I didn't want him to ruin your beautiful face. So, you know, I don't want to. I need you for another, you know, 45 minutes or so.
Here's Powell to Rodriguez on the wing. That shot no good. Gets his own board. Rejected by Smith. And there's Rodriguez again.
And that Seton Hall bench just up cheering for their teammates. This is just great work from both sides. Smith here with a terrific block. Rodriguez staying after it. Talked about it, he's got great size, got an NBA body. Plays very hard, athletic.
Shoot, Desi's a kid. Grew up in the Boogie Down Bronx. Went to Abraham Lincoln High. Kevin Willard loves the New York kids.
Yeah.
Again, he's done another good job of recruiting them. They just signed a recruit out of Harlem. Got another one out of Long Island. Seton Hall knocking down the free throws here in this half. Here's Smith driving, laying it up and in.
So long and lanky, he's got great bounce. He cut that ball at the three-point line and dribbled it one time. Got all the way to the basket.
Here's Powell. Alley-oop. They were looking for Sanogo. That's turnover number 7.
Much sauce on it. But here, this is good offense. Look at this, one dribble from the NBA three-point line. That is just youth at its best, and athleticism, the bounce by Smith.
Here's Kenyon Evans. He throws it up for Smith. Once again, too much sauce on it. Powell. The kickback. Sanogo off the glass and in.
And that's probably a better catch than pass. I think Powell thought Sanogo was going to be closer to the foul line. Sanogo cut to the basket, but terrific hands and finish.
Crowd getting into this one. Pirates up 5. Tech runs that motion offense. Here's Smith again. They catch Delgado with the bump.
And it's just a great job continuing to try to get to the paint. Miles Powell here throws it back, and Tanogo was at the foul line, but terrific hands. You scratch it, you should catch it. If you can scratch it, you should catch it. That's what our coaches used to always tell us.
Coach Calhoun tell you that?
Coach Dickerman, Howie Dickerman, our assistant coach, longtime coach of Central Connecticut State, used to say, scratch it, catch it. If you can scratch it, you can get up a little bit more to catch it.
I'll tell you something. You want to talk about red hot. Right now, it is Zach Smith. Yeah. He's got 8 and has scored every time he's touched it here in the second half. Here's Delgado. That's a big man move there. They're going to call that one on Seton Hall and Desi Rodriguez.
There you go. Angel does a terrific job. 2 fakes. You have some length in there. You got to be able to shoot it over. And he is fired up. Love his energy.
Smith. First time I've seen him miss.
And you'll take that. That was a little bit further, maybe 1 or 2 feet outside of, I think, where he's most comfortable.
Delgado pounded. Went to spin, got the foul.
I love this matchup this early in the season. Both teams playing so hard, passionate. Guys are talking to each other. Great body language. Everyone feeling good about themselves. And the officials letting them play, keeping the whistles out of it. Rodriguez, when he starts that work, 16 feet, man, just has such soft touch going to the basket.
He's right on his season average of 17. Desi Rodriguez.
I thought that was a tough screen to try to work around, and that's been a point of emphasis for officials. That screener has to be set. I don't think Carrington, I really don't think he was that much at fault there. He was trying to work his way around a screen that wasn't set, you know, according to standard.
He's got 2. He'll sit down.
You know, they say this year you have to have your feet shoulder width apart if you're going to set a screen. You can't spread your feet out. You can't stick your knee out.
Inside. Odiase. Short. Great contest by Seton Hall. Scramble for the loose ball. Evans comes up with it. To Smith. With 1 on the shot clock. And he'll go to the line. Woo! Getting after it here.
It's not for the weak-hearted. Look at this. That was about to be a highlight. Delgado wasn't standing in.
All of Smith's 8 points have come here in the second half. He rolls that one in.
Heard the ref in the background trying to get things under control at Jeff Anderson. Sounded like me talking to you before the game. Sit down and be quiet. Trying to get you under control.
I'm like, man, I got to call the game.
Trying to get you under control before the game.
I see you. Listen, you still parallel your playing days. It's got to be all about you. I need shots.
Keep it up. Now Jeff Anderson come over here and take care of you.
Those are our officials for the night. Jeff Anderson, Roger Ayers, and Ed Corbett.
Eddie Corbett been around a long time. This is his last season. Retiring at season's end. We're going to lose a good one.
Yeah, one of the best ones. Here comes the press now from Tech. Low pressure. We have played 8 minutes here in the second half. 12 left in the game. 5-point lead for the Pirates of Seton Hall. 5 now on the shot clock. Rodriguez pulls off the glass. the glass.
If you don't love this pace of basketball, you need to turn on tennis. I mean, they just keep coming back at each other, back and forth. Right now, Texas Tech trying to stretch it out. That 3-2 zone.
How about the freshman, Miles Kale? Get some of that.
Well, if they're in that 3-out, 2-in zone, the free throw line is wide open.
Little floater in the lane, no, Delgado. And here comes the Pirates. Gordon to the freshman. No, they're gonna call steps on the freshman. Back and forth we go here, Don.
Yeah, Seton Hall, you don't have to call this one. That's okay, Desi. Still good for 3. And the young fella, Kale, look at the butter on that roll. Seton Hall in control.
Welcome back to the Garden. 65-57, Seton Hall on top. And Sunday, the NFL's on Fox, 1 Eastern. Most of the country will see Matt Ryan and the Falcons host those Vikings. And then at 4, it's America's Game of the Week as Cam Newton and the Panthers take on Drew Brees and them Saints from the Big Easy. All starts at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. You can check your local listings for that game in your area. And I'll tell you what, Seton Hall down here has made their last 5 shots.
Well, they figured it out. If you're going to stretch us out defensively, starting our half court from a couple feet over, you know, the mid-court line, then what's going to happen is that top of the free throw area is going to be open, and they've taken advantage, but they've made 8 3-pointers, which helps them to get into the paint. You have to respect the outside shooters. Seton Hall has done that themselves. Make a couple outside shots, it opens everything up in the interior.
And one of the best things for the Pirates, they've made all the free throws here in the second half. They're 7 of 7 from the line. They were really just 6 of 11 in the first half. Here's Naeem Stevenson. He loves to drive right, pulls back, and can't get it, but there is Zach Smith.
Yeah, as good as Angel Delgado is on the glass, you're not going to out-jump Zach Smith. He's too long, he's too bouncy, so you have to do your work early, putting a body on him.
Smitty has got 12 for the Red Raiders. We're at Madison Square Garden. We hit the top of the hour. This is the Under Armour reunion. It's presented by Kohl. Texas Tech, they're ranked 22nd, and Seton Hall. Shot clock violation.
You know, you'd love to see a Powell, Delgado pick and roll high at the end of the shot clock, because right now, it's Seton Hall late clock trying to find their own off the dribble. If they can't, they're throwing it to guys who are covered. And a little scrum down there. No rush for the wear.
Texas Tech will take over. Down 6. 10 minutes left in this one. This is the freshman, Zaire Smith. Evans will pull. Got it. That was a big shot.
Just too much space. They set Seton Hall up, thinking they're going to try to drive everything hard into the paint, but we've got some players, some seniors on this Texas Tech team. Too much space, they're going to make you pay.
Evans has got 17. He is 8 of 12 from the field. Here's Desi. That's an NBA 3. Back rimmed it. Miles Powell, best 3-pointer for the Pirates.
So pretty.
Woo. He shoots 40% from 3, and you see why.
Texas Tech here, Zach Smith, your boy. Nice little screen, stop and pop behind for Evans, and then Seton Hall with the answer. Mr. Powell knocking it down.
Come back Seton Hall up 6 over Texas Tech. This is just moments ago. Chris Beard getting his troop fired up. Why, Donnie? Take a look at this. On the season thus far, Red Raiders holding their opponents to just 55 points on 33% shooting. Seton Hall, they've already got 68, and they're shooting over 50% from the field.
Yeah, that would get you fired up, especially the way that they started this game, defensively at least. Obviously, Seton Hall off to a really quick start. But the way Texas Tech got themselves back into it wasn't just paint scores, it was getting stops and trying to run, get going downhill. And that was one of the keys for Seton Hall. You can't allow this Texas Tech team to use their athleticism in transition.
Pirates extend the defense now. Here's Stevenson bringing it up. Get it to the middle of the floor. Here's Smith. Stevenson. Odiase. And to Smith, who lost it. And here comes Miles Powell and the Pirates.
Never understood why you're 6 feet from the basket and you need to dribble the basketball. You just go right up. You're at the dots in the middle of the paint. Just a rookie move.
Smith nearly picked Carrington's pocket. Rodriguez. Odiase. Rejected by the freshman Smith. Second time we've seen him do that tonight. There's Stevenson. Delgado grabs him.
Yeah, they did a good job. You make him go left. Now you got to back off. Don't need to reach in at that point. You've done your job on Stevenson, but at the other end, Angel Delgado has to know when he turns that shoulder, help is coming from the other side. Someone is going to be open. That's just terrific defense.
Here's Naeem Stevenson. Another one of these seniors for Tech. Lindsey will have a seat. Sanogo will replace him.
And really, probably the most competitive and toughest team Texas Tech has played up to this point. They've been beating teams by 28, 30 points a game. So this is a little bit of uncharted waters, if you will, for Texas Tech at this time of the year. 8 minutes to play. Down 4, trying to play catch up here. A long way from home.
8 of 9 from the free throw line. And the freshman Culver checks back in. Guarding Rodriguez, that's too strong. Odiase and Rodriguez get tied up.
Well, Odiase did that a little bit earlier. Same kind of thing. You know, you raise your hand, and there's no need for it. You got the foul call, but you know, when you raise your hand into another guy's face, he's going to say something to you. All right, play's over. You don't have to extend it. And Rodriguez can just walk away.
Odiase's got 3 personals. He's out of Fort Worth. Desi Rodriguez now has 3 fouls as well.
Got a great crew here. Eddie Corbett at the foul line, telling guys.
Talking to him, yeah, that's it. Yeah, cool it.
It's a nice Eddie Corbett. The one I remember would, he was throwing those technicals around like
candy.
As he was pulling them out mints. Technical.
Well, especially for you.
Oh my goodness.
That bad attitude you had. Oh man, we got a lane violation.
Tough one. The focus late in this game for both teams is going to be very, very important. Now, Seton Hall has played a couple of close games. They lost one to URI, tough one. But Texas Tech, you know, they're going to have to dial it in. Those mistakes late in the game could hurt you.
Powell. For Rodriguez, lost it. Here comes Smith. Culver, the freshman. That's a brick. Carrington finds Delgado down low. Gets the bucket.
Either team giving up. You gotta love it. College basketball at its best.
Delgado's got 12. Smith. Oh. And that should be 4 on Angel Delgado.
Angel making himself available, looking for the foul. Just got to keep playing.
Good look at Rockefeller Center here in New York City. They lit the Christmas tree just yesterday. Drive down 6th Avenue. You come to Madison Square Garden, and now playing at the Garden is Desi Rodriguez.
Yeah, doing a great job. 20 points, leading all scorers, and really makes the game look easy at times there. One dribble going to his right there, coming to his left from three. They're going to need him down the stretch, though.
We take a look here and recap what we've got. Red Raiders have been getting it done in the paint and with their bench. But it's the Pirates right now with that 6-point lead. Going to the line, Zodiace. Lawrence is a redshirt junior out of Fort Worth. That one's too strong. Tech has only missed 2 free throws here tonight. Here's Powell, top of the key, money.
Gotta run more stuff for that kid. He did the job earlier. He didn't force anything. He let it come to him. He's knocked down a couple.
He's got 11. It's the largest lead of the night.
I really believe he is the best player Seton Hall has right now coming into this game. He's playing the best all around. Well, Rodriguez has 20, but here you see Myles Powell knocking down an NBA three, and then defensively at the other end taking a charge. Was a facilitator earlier in the game. Just there's nothing he hasn't done that would lead you to believe he's not the best player for Seton Hall coming into tonight.
Mahmoud Kellisvili is checked in for the Pirates. Here's Carrington.
Come on. Great pass.
That would have brought the house down. Here's Keenan Evans. Too strong.
I don't know about that call. It looked like Texas Tech guys just fell to the ground. I didn't see a lot of, I saw them go up and lose their footing.
Stevenson gets the personal. He'll go to the foul line, or draws the personal. He'll go to the foul line. And his Red Raiders down 9.
Mahmoud Kellisvili was in the right place. He just jumped straight up, and Red Raider fell in front of him. %
free throw shooter on the season. Stevenson, as he knocks down the first one. You know, I thought it was interesting talking to Seton Hall before the game. They said, we love this game because it'll tell us a lot about our squad and Texas Tech squad, because both teams know how important this game is, because these teams are so evenly matched.
Yeah. This last 6 minutes is important for Seton Hall to not get too comfortable and play not to lose. You still have to go try to win the game even though you're up.
Okay, there's Carrington attacking. Tip. No go. Looked like he was on a pogo stick. Went and got that one. That tailbone will be sore in the morning.
But I call him Sonogo the Pogo. He gets up quick. He goes and gets it.
4 fouls now on Zach Smith. So the freshman Culver will check back in for him.
Michael Lindsay back in the game this last 5:56. Kevin Willard's trying to decide how long he wants to keep Angel Delgado on that bench over there.
Pirates were perfect from the free throw here in the second half. Powell has a heat check. Loose ball. Pirates coming up with it.
Tell you what, 50-50 balls, so important, especially down the stretch. You don't have to secure it, just tap it to a teammate.
Seton Hall, best offensive rebounding team in the Big East, showing you why. Kadeem Carrington.
I've been waiting for Dino to put the team on his back late game. Don't think, young fella, just go play.
10-point lead. Largest lead of the night for the Pirates. The Garden is rocking. Stevenson, the three, too strong.
Dean Carrington, they call him Dino. Little hesitation, shot fake, getting back to the strong hand. There were a couple games this season where he didn't know if he wanted it. He was passing the ball to guys when he could have taken shots. I love to see veteran guys putting teams on their back, especially when you need buckets late in games.
You know, and I thought it was interesting that as soon as Stevenson took that three, you could see their head coach, Chris Beard, look at him and say, why would you bail them out there? And it was kind of what you had talked about before.
Yeah.
They've been so effective when they go to the basket.
Yeah, and it's harder. The later in the game you get, you start to wear down a little bit, your mind, your body, especially the job that Seton Hall has done defensively. You start to think a little bit and you say, you know, it might be easier just to shoot a long three, but that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Very effective for Seton Hall.
So here we go. Basically the last 5 minutes of this game. If you're Texas Tech, what's Chris Beard telling his guys?
Well, he's telling them to keep playing downhill, try to get into the paint, especially when you know Angel Delgado has some foul problems. You have to get to their chest, get to the rim. On the other side, I think it's time for Kevin Willard to say, you know what, Dean Carrington, you got to continue to be our guy the last 5 minutes of this game. Because the ball is going to be in his hands the most. You got to trust that he's going to make the right decision, whether he's scoring or being a facilitator. Either way, I don't know if I've ever been a part of a more exciting 10-point game with 5 minutes to play. Anything can still happen, I believe.
Kadeem Carrington, he was the team's leading scorer last season, averaging just 10 thus far, but all Big East first team. Kevin Willard's squad with a 10-point bulge here with 5 minutes to go. Carrington now playing pure point guard. He was just a scorer, the two guy, and just lost it.
Wow.
Justin Gray lays it up and in.
And that just can't happen. Your senior can't take the ball over half court and stop. That's exactly where the defense wants you to go. Keep your dribble alive, get to the middle of the floor.
Tech trapping, Powell drives, but it's a charge.
The one mistake he's made all night, Miles Powell, and this just can't happen. Kadeem Carrington has to know better. You cannot pick the ball up in that area of the floor. That is a cardinal sin. Gray a little off balance there, gets it to go. Miles Powell maybe trying to do a little bit too much, but really the only mistake he's made all night long.
Brandon Francis has checked in for the Red Raiders. They come in ranked 22nd in the country. This is the freshman. Ten on the shot clock, and the freshman drives, can't get it.
Good D. You want a young guy to try to have to score on you, not one of the veterans for Texas Tech.
Reach in by Evans.
Chris Beard yelling no foul on the sideline. Yelled it 3 times. He doesn't want to see that. No,
Third foul.
The way Seton Hall's shooting it on the season might not be the worst thing that could happen to you at this point in the game.
Desi Rodriguez, he's perfect from the free throw line. And it continues.
Important for Kevin Willard's crew to get the ball into the right guy's hands late. You're better free throw shooters, you're better finishers. That last trip down for Texas Tech, I don't think Zaire Smith is the guy that Chris Beard wanted finishing and trying to, you know, close this gap when you got veterans on the floor.
The freshman in and out. Loose ball picked up by Francis. Smith again. How about that? In the air. Corbett says no.
Oh, wow. And this is much better. Let your teammates lead you, young fella.
We got a competitive one here at the Garden, and really the story between the second-ranked Texas Tech, the defense. You can see they've been holding opponents to just 55 points a game, 33% from the field, but Seton Hall, 77 points already on the board, shooting nearly 50% from the field, over 50% from three.
Ball movement has been great. From the start of the game, there was a little lapse for Seton Hall, middle of the first half, but you made 10 three-point shots. You're shooting 48%, 53 from three, and you know they're making threes, but Texas Tech is up 12 in the paint. So it's like that old thing, you know, coaches say 3 for 2. We'll take more threes. We'll take as many threes as their twos, and we're going to bet that we'll win because we're going to make more.
Freshman knocks down both of those free throws. Crucial thing for Seton Hall, Desi Rodriguez, their leading scorer. He's got 4 fouls right now. He's got the basketball.
He and Delgado, so they have to be aware.
Desi drives, too. Here comes Brandon Francis and Tech. And their leader, Evans, pulls, too strong.
It's a bad shot, though. If you're going to shoot that shot, stop a foot shorter and shoot a 3. Otherwise, get all the way to the basket and try to draw some contact. It's not like you need a quick one. You got 3.5 minutes to play. I don't like that shot.
Tech will inbound. They give it to Smith. Drives, too strong.
Got to be ready to.
Here comes the press.
Ready to receive.
Desi has it. And 10-second call.
That was a quick 10.
Jeff Anderson says 10 seconds.
That was a quick 10 seconds. But take a look at the shot clock. We got some good refs, man. Bottom right.
And a quick inbound and a quick personal.
I mean, the ball looked like it crossed right at the 10-second point. It's out of your hand.
Yeah. That foul's on Kadeem Carrington, his third.
I mean, take a look, Brian. I don't know. You tell me. Bottom right, 21 seconds. It's out of, the ball's across half court before it changes to 20. Tough one.
Yeah, that one rims in. Smith will have a seat. Here comes Justin Gray. The lead is 6. We got 3 minutes. They go back to the press. Near steal, and they come up with it. And there's a charge on Brandon Francis.
And this is just not a good pass. Cross court, hits an athletic team. Carrington does a great job. Quick feet, getting them set, squaring up. This is becoming problematic right now for Seton Hall. Got to get guys out of the way, Brian. Get someone to the middle of that floor. That breaks down the press.
You know, they had Madison Jones, who ran the point for him last season. He's now gone. But Kadeem Carrington now playing primarily point guard for him. Here's Delgado, double team. Nearly stolen again by Francis. 5 on the shot clock. Rodriguez drives. Lays it in.
Tiptoeing through the tulips.
He's got 24.
Wow.
Here's Evans, Euro step, and lays it up and in.
You talk about athletes showing you everything tonight, folks. Desi Rodriguez just willing his way using that big body, 6'6", putting the head down. The bench is loving it. But Evans on the other side, look at the little pity pat in the up and under with the English. Woo! There's still plenty of time. It's a 2-possession game with just over 2 minutes to play, so Seton Hall has to figure some pressure is coming. Well, you and I have talked about it multiple games we've done together. The way to break a press, the weak spot is the middle of the floor. You got to get a good ball handler, not a center, a good ball handler towards the middle of the floor, and now that defense falls back. They're not trapping you in the middle. They're trapping you on the sides, using the sidelines as an extra defender.
You see they're trying to deny Carrington the basketball.
Middle of the floor.
It's a no-go. Open three. Yes!
Play to win. Dagger. Play to win, young fella.
Miles Powell. Lead is 9. Evans. Strong. Here's Francis. That's off. Drives again, lays it in. Miles Powell taking over.
Brian, there is no doubt who my player of the game is for Seton Hall, and probably most of the season. There he is right there.
It is Pirate power here at the Garden.
Wow.
Miles Powell has taken over.
If there's any doubt who the best player on Seton Hall's team is, you better watch this game back. Miles Powell is the man.
Trenton, New Jersey, rise up.
Look at this, fight for the ball and finish. Sometimes you got to keep it yourself. The deflection should be an official stat. Deflection, so important. They change games.
Seton Hall has gone on a 7-0 Miles Powell run.
And we talked about it, these games, when they start to get down to 5, 4, 3 minutes, you can't play not to lose. You have to keep your foot on the gas.
Largest lead of the night for the Pirates. They're up 13 thanks to this young man. Out of Trenton.
This was a 2-possession game about 38 seconds ago.
Yep. He averages 14. Here's Zach Smith. That's way too strong. Delgado to Powell. Minute left. Well, it doesn't get any easier for the Pirates. They got the 17th ranked Cardinals coming up Louisville on Sunday. How about VCU?
Yep.
They got Rutgers, they got Wagner. So, but I tell you what, man, you talked about the Big 12, and it is a fight every night. The Big East is going to be a fight every night. And these Pirates, who are in the preseason poll, finish second in the preseason poll. I'm telling you, this could be a heck of a season for them.
It's a character builder. Now the kids from Seton Hall have to understand that it's more than just this game. This game has to help you grow and not become complacent.
Chris Beard's going to call a timeout, and for the Red Raiders, looks like they're going to suffer their first defeat. And they'll take on Nevada. That'll come your way next Tuesday.
And really, schedule softens up after this one. You know, you're not playing any, at least in those games where they're, you know, top 30 teams, top 25, 26. So you can also build off of this loss. It was I would say Texas Tech played 38 37 minutes, maybe 36 minutes if you tally it all up, of really good basketball.
Well, as you take a look here, the Pirates, they've got a couple of timeouts left. Texas Tech, none. And they are down 15. Tech came into this game ranked 22nd, unbeaten. Pirates just one loss, a buzzer beater loss at that. Had just fallen out of the top 25, but may just find themselves right back in it after a victory like this one. Rodriguez throws it away. We come to the last 30 seconds of the night. Culver banks that one in. There's a reach in. Zaire Smith.
And it's always the toughest thing for coaches stressing to their teams. You got to play a complete game. Any laps here and there, especially late, come up and bite you. And they really changed. It was a tale of two halves for Texas Tech. The first half, everything was in the paint. They were pounding the ball off the dribble, transition. Second half, Seton Hall's defense shored up. And they were forcing Texas Tech to shoot jump shots. Now, I know coaches are going to say it was bad offense, but you got to credit the defense Seton Hall played.
Powell misses that one. Last 20 seconds here. The freshman pulls from deep again, knocks it down. Trying to make the score look respectable here. 10-point lead here for Seton Hall. Last 10 seconds. And the Pirates pick up a victory. They are now 6-1. Texas Tech suffers their first defeat. They're 6-1. Desi Rodriguez leads all scores with 24. And how about the sophomore there, Miles Powell? He had 19. Seton Hall has an 89-79 victory. For Donnie Marshall, I'm Brian Custer. We'll now send you to the Ultimate Fighter final weigh-in. So long from New York, the world's most famous arena.